Hey folks, this is Brett with Full Time My RV, and this is an introductory video to another video I'm going to put behind it with maybe a little extra footage. I talked to y'all a few months back about the challenges of when you live in a full-time or live full-time in an RV of dealing with severe weather. Well, today I've had my third extremely severe thunderstorm or frontal system that has come through the area. I've got a little bit of footage of about the end of it when I realized, hey, my camera's over there. Let me grab it and put it on the tripod and show it to you guys. But, severe thunder or severe weather is something you've always got to be on the lookout for. Just Wednesday and Thursday of this week, which today, as I'm recording this, is Sunday, we had 23-degree weather one day, 26-degree weather the other day. We've been in the 30s, in the lows for most of the week except for the last 2 days. And, that breeds when you have warm Gulf of Mexico, cold air, new front coming down. That breeds potential for some extreme weather, which we had today. Now, I called the institution that I work at and found that we had gusts today over 70 miles an hour. Luckily, for the direction that the wind was coming out of, it was headed basically straight down, as I guess I would call it the bow of the fifth wheel. So that would be the direction that it would be towed in, so we didn't rock quite as bad as whenever it comes from the side, but we do rock. Now, I've added a stabilizer that goes between the two wheels on both sides of the camper since the last time we rode through a storm, and I'll tell you, it seemed to have done, not only has it done a great job of keeping the camper from bouncing up and down when you're walking around in it, it seems to have done a pretty good job of helping it not bounce around a whole lot with the wind, with just the front jacks and the rear stabilizers down. So but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sign off for this part of it, and we're going to bleed into the other video so that you can see what the view was out in the back here at the woods behind the house. Now, we have one gust there that's probably around 50 miles an hour. The rest of it's probably 20, 30 miles an hour and a good amount of rain. So to kind of give you an idea. So keep a watch and see that part of the video, and we'll talk to you later. Hey folks, it's Brett with Full Time My RV. About a few months back, I talked to you about severe weather inside of your RVs. Well, this time I remembered to grab a little camera and I put it up on the tripod. I apologize that it's not completely level. It's kind of a cheap tripod that can sit on the desk and I can't get it completely level, but I wanted to let you see what one of these storms looks like. This is the woods out behind my house. We were in a severe thunderstorm. I checked with the compound earlier, and or about 15 minutes ago, and asked them to check their anemometer, and we've had gusts in excess of 70 miles an hour. And now that I've kind of got a little bit better stabilization, I'll show you the tire. Well, I think I've got a picture somewhere of the tire chocks, or for lack of a better word, but basically it's a stabilizer that you put between the tires, and you cinch it down with a ratcheting type system, and it actually helps to keep the thing from the trailer from bouncing up and down when you're walking around in it. We haven't rocked quite as bad, but listen to that sound. I'm estimating right now those wind gusts are in excess of 50 miles an hour. You don't see as much moving around, but if you could hear what's hitting the side of the camper, then you would really notice it. Luckily, right now it's blowing almost down the bow of the camper as if it was being towed down the highway. All four slides are out. We're catching quite a bit of wind. I just got back in town, so I've got a bunch of crap sitting out from the trip that needs to be washed, and suitcases that need to be put up, so I'm not going to bring the camera around and show you my filthy house because it's kind of embarrassing, but I can tell you that my French doors in the living room, they're moving around a little bit. So we're rocking around like we're on a boat. Actually, right now it's a little better than it was. About 30 minutes ago is when it was really bad, and so I came in here to check what the weather service had to say, and saw the camera, so I thought I'd stick it up here and give you guys a little bit of a taste of it. I've got a video I recorded a little bit before it that I didn't do quite as good of a job. of explaining, but I may pull the sound out of it and just give you a little bit more footage if this one's you know, not doing quite as well. But figured you guys might want to see. This is something that anybody that's going to live full-time on an RV should think about. Severe weather is definitely more dangerous. Unfortunately, I'm kind of stuck right now. With the way these lines have been rolling in and out, I have not had an opportunity to get in my vehicle and go someplace safer. I would probably be caught on the road. And I would rather be in this that's, you know, 14,000 pounds versus a 6,000 pound truck. Well, it all comes down to it. Now, I don't know if you can tell from the camera or not, but it has lightened up outside considerably in the last, you know, minute or so, which is may not necessarily be a good sign. But yeah, it definitely is rather interesting, needless to say. Looking at the radar right now, kind of zooming into to where I'm at to see what's going on. Now the line that's behind this is nowhere near as severe. Well, with this thing being as late as it is, we might have survived the worst of the worst. Bear with me a second, I'm just kind of looking at the radar. Yeah, we might have actually just ridden through the worst of it. I'm fixing to pause the radar at its current position. Okay. Yeah, behind it is, there's probably going to be about an hour break after this, and then there'll be another batch of rain moving through, but from the forecast and from what I'm looking at on radar, it's not going to be any more severe. I'm going to bring this camera around and show you the computer, as much as I don't like doing it that way, but we might be able to make sense of this with this computer. If you look here at the radar, I'm going to actually try to zoom in with this. This radar is about 15 minutes behind. I'm right where the hand is, the handprint on the monitor is. And we can see this mess back here. Now the stuff behind it is not quite as bad. It's probably going to be a little bit before it gets here, so we'll put it back in motion so you can see how it's all rolling out. Hopefully this yellow mass down here rains itself out a little bit. This is the head of the new front that's coming through. It's not quite as strong as the cold front we had last week that dropped us down to 26 degrees and 23 degrees respectively on Monday and Tuesday, and correction, actually Wednesday and Thursday. But it's nonetheless, it's pretty detailed, pretty strong. So that gives you a little bit of what's going on. And the only reason I'm doing this one is because it's a little bit simpler. I may do a screen cap and paste the two together. So with that, as you can see, we just went through about an hour worth of pretty crappy weather. You got to see about the last 6 minutes with this one. If I paste the other piece in and can get the sound out of it, you'll get to see about another 2 minutes. But yeah, for you guys that are considering the full-time RV lifestyle, I can tell you with all certainty that I do enjoy it, but it's days like today that can be rather disconcerting. Let's bring this back over here so you can see the difference. Much more calm. And I can probably go back to bed and get a little bit more sleep before I have to go to work at 6 p.m. and work till 6 a.m. But wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of a rundown of just how bad the weather can get and what you need to be aware of. Now, I would never recommend riding one of these storms out. This is about the third one of these that I've actually ridden out. I'm getting kind of second hat at it. I knew we were going to get a potential for severe storms today, but I didn't think it was going to be quite this severe, and it did kind of sneak up. Right now, as you can see, it's this is nothing. This is a cakewalk. The best side of this whole deal, no leaks. Quite a bit of moisture in the house. I'm probably going to actually turn the AC unit onto its moisture setting to suck some of the moisture out and help out my dehumidifier so that it's not doing all the work. That way when we go back to cold weather as of tomorrow, won't have a butt ton of condensation in here. So with that, I'm going to sign off of this video, and we'll try to get it uploaded here in the next day or so. Again, thanks for watching. This is Brett with Full Time My RV. Okay, now what'd you think of that? That kind of gives you a real idea of what it's like to live full time in an RV when you go through inclement weather. You know, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please come back and watch some more, and like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot, and I hope y'all have a great day.